Hey everybody. Y'all know I'm sharing the show. It takes me forever. I don't know why I'm so bad about it. But anyway, what's going on? Welcome to In Love with Kimberly Michael. I am, in fact, Kimberly Michael. Who knew? And wait till y'all hear what we're gonna talk about. But shouts out to Jim Savage of SavageCom.Entertainment, my producer, my friend. I guess we're officially friends now. He's no longer acquaintance or a business associate. He's my friend. And for everybody who comes on, I appreciate y'all's support. We're on every Tuesday at this time, 8 p.m. Central Time. Sometimes we run a little late, as you see, but not too terribly late. So I'm definitely promise you that I'm going to get started as soon as I share a little bit. Hey, Jay, I'm going to move. I'm in private chat. Tell me if I can put music on in the background, because I'm in that mood. You know what I mean? If I can't, that's cool. I understand, but or is it limited to what I can do? Just tell me. All right, I'm gonna put this. I'm honest. I'm just gonna put it on one more place. I promise. And then we're gonna talk about this. So this is what we're talking about. Two in love, like two in love. And I'm gonna read. Let me post this real quick. I'm going to read why we're talking about this. Oh, you guys, you know what I should do? I should inbox the guy who wrote this. Now, I don't know how he's going to feel about it, but that's what I'm about to do. Right now. So for everybody who's on and everybody who's coming on, we'll say it a million times and you'll hear it. Hit subscribe. Please hit subscribe. Please hit the like button. It takes 2 seconds. I have more people than I have likes, and it's just, it's simple shit. So do that for me. I would appreciate you. And subscribe, like, share the shit out of the show. And also share the shit out of the show. Hold on. I got to baby talk people through shit because they don't know how. Hey, Jay, is it savage.com ENT or savage.com entertainment? I always say savage.com entertainment, but I don't want to get it messed up. So in love with Kimberly Michael. Okay. That's all I'm going to do. I'm not going to do no more. Okay. So let me pull up what we're talking about tonight, please. Because this shit is out of control. These narratives that everybody be posting, and I don't even think, I think this is just this dude's truth. He's got his own podcast, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, or a talk show. And he posts a lot of stuff. I'm just going to be honest. I'm not down for all the shit that he say. Some of it I'm okay with. I'm going to be honest. But other stuff that he say, it don't make no sense to me. Hold on. Let me I really want to give this dude an opportunity to come on. I'm speaking of your posts on my, I know this is totally bad, but y'all, if y'all know me, y'all know I can't do both. So every time I write, I do swipe. Every time I swipe podcast on my phone now, that bitch comes up as an Oscar. It says Oscar. Like I'm going to win an Oscar. Can you get an Oscar for a podcast? Well, baby. Okay. So I'm not going to say the guy's name because I don't have his permission. I don't know what his logistics are. I don't know who, what, when, where, why, or anything, honestly, about what I can or cannot do. I'm just going to speak on the actual post itself and say what it is. Let me pull it up. Give me 2 seconds. Because I read this, and me and Jay had a brief conversation. We didn't have like a really big one, but we definitely had a brief conversation about it. And I was like, I think we're on the same page when it comes to, okay, here it is. Oh, shit. Oh, yeah. So here's the post, okay? The post says, when a man is, quote, too in love with you. So when a man is too in love with you, you're closer to death than you realize. All mental and emotional carrying of a man ends in collapse. Oh, I got so many things to say about this, but can I just read one? I'm going to try to find this while I'm going to just read a piece. So one lady wrote back, this is the very truth. My daughter's father had a fake Facebook page created of me and sent requests. I don't know what that has to do with the stuff, but I just wanted to put that out there. Like, I don't even know if when we say stuff to people that they're comprehending. I feel like women just literally want to begin to bash men, just for no particular reason. I mean, that's how I feel about it. Because what does her ex or her baby daddy creating a Facebook page have anything to do with loving her too much? Right? It doesn't make any sense. And I'm going to try to look for the post while we're talking just to see some of the other ridiculous ass comments, but he posts quite a bit, so I don't know if I can find it. But so I want to talk about this too in love, first of all. So let me just say, do we still understand the concept of love? I mean, do we even get it? Are we just like, do we even talk about actual love anymore? Because everybody seems to be talking about the value, what you can bring to a table, marriage, marrying, not marrying, poly, monogamous, non-monogamy. Nobody ever really says like, fall in love, or I want to be in love. I want to love somebody. I mean, I do, but obviously we all know that I'm not the average chick. So there's that part. But you can't be too in love with someone. You can't give someone too much love. Not talking about affection. That you can probably do. I've been accused of it multiple times. In 6 years that I've been single, I've had 2 boyfriends, and both of them accused me of kissing too much, amongst other things. I did too much, but kissing, I was too affectionate. You know, I'm the chick that will, if you're watching the game, I'll feed you, and then, and I'll just lay on top, like I'll, like a child, I'll lay on your chest, like straddle you and lay across. I'm that person. They said they knew that. I told them I kiss a lot, I touch a lot, I'm going to be up under your neck a lot. Apparently, they chose not to believe that shit. Which I can say I run into quite a bit. I run into the problem that men don't believe what I'm telling them. Like, I'm fucking telling you exactly, at least affectionately, how I love. And I'm going to need you to understand that I'm telling you the fucking truth. It's not a joke. When I tell you that I won't say that. I could. It doesn't bother me, but I'm just saying I'm not going to say that. But when I tell you that I'm going to be a certain way when it comes to affection, I call myself aggressively affectionate. So let's just talk about, for the sake of talking, this whole love too much. That's impossible. If you think about the actual, can you love your children too much? Can you love them? Because love is a verb, and it doesn't have anything to do with I'm loving them too much. Spoiling them is not love. Abusing them is not love. Um, uh, Tough love is not love. There are behaviors that we carry that don't have anything to do with love, that may be too much. Again, kissing, and like I say, then don't, I make it very clear now. I kiss a lot. It's not a fucking game. I'll kiss a lot. I kiss a lot. I like to kiss. I like to make out kiss, like old school, like sit on the couch and make out. I don't give a shit how old we are. I want to make out until we, don't have teeth and shit. Like, what does it matter? So, the whole phrase of this, you loving too much, to me, and no disrespect to this dude. I don't know where this, I don't know if this is something he said, if something he, believes, if something he came up with. I invited him on the show, and it would be great if he, came and at least maybe elaborated a little bit, because the two in love so much is much. So I'm just curious. Gilly's texting me, so I'm hoping that she's on the show, and I'm trying to find this. It would have to be instrumental. Oh, I'm not doing that. Hey, what's up, Silky? Oh, okay. Now I can see the comments. My bad, y'all. So my bad. Hey, Gilly. Hey, Santino. She read the message wrong. She read the message. I don't even know what that means. Can you repeat that? There are lots of delusional women in the world. Yes, there are. What is love? I like that. What is love? Okay. Let's just for the sake of the conversation, let's define love as it is defined. Okay. So love literally means an intense feeling of deep affection. An intense feeling. They consider it a feeling. So tell me how a man and or a woman can feel too much affection towards another person. And please tell me how that brings us closer to death. I mean, how does that even make any sense? How does loving someone bring them closer to, let me read it right, because that shit it still baffles me when I read it. When a man is too in love with you, you're closer to death than you realize. All mental and emotional caring of a man ends in collapse. Other definitions of love, per Google, of course. A great interest and pleasure in something. Can you have too much interest and pleasure? Can you have too much? I'm not talking about masturbation, people, for you nasty bastards. I'm talking specifically, hey, Harold, what's going on, sir? Thank you. You love my hair? Thank you. So we've already, you can't have too much intense feeling. You can't have too much interest or pleasure. So those are the nouns. The verb is to feel deep affection for, like, or enjoy very much. Now, let's not get love confused, okay, people, with obsessiveness. All right. Masturbation, sex, or addiction, masturbation, sex addiction, alcohol. I love alcohol too much. No, baby, you got a lot of motherfucking drama and your body has become addicted and you drink alcohol because you need it. You cannot define that as love. I love sex too much. Again, you probably have an addiction. If it's causing a problem in your life, then, there's probably, and all of these things, hey, go talk to a therapist. I'm not one. I don't have any letters after my name. Perception can distort feeling. He gonna kill you. Who is he? Get those likes up, chat room. Yeah, exactly. If y'all are here, please subscribe, like, comment, share the shit out of the show, please. So the love too much part, yeah, like, comment, share, subscribe is the biggest one, and like is the next biggest one, and then share the shit out of the show. And so I hope eventually he pops up. That would be awesome. But I just don't know how you would be close to death from someone loving you too much. Now, if you have someone who loves you or considers your love. Hi, Mike Smith. Loving too much means you don't have the propensity to reciprocate. Loving too much means you don't have the propensity to reciprocate. Okay, so but we just kind of kicked the theory of loving too much. So please elaborate, because there's and loving too much. Well, I don't believe in reciprocation. I think that's the most bogus shit that's ever, the most bogus shit that's ever been invented. When it comes to relationships, reciprocity, it's just it's nonsense. Yes, if you want to join the panel, Jim just put up the link. You're welcome to come on. You don't have to have your camera on. We would prefer it, because we can't see you, but we can hear you. But I mean, it would be great. You're more than welcome to come on and talk about it. But Mike, you at least have to comment what exactly that actually means, because if I love you too, first of all, loving is a feeling. Loving, we just looked it up. The word love defined is a feeling, a tense feeling, a great interest or pleasure in something. It's deep affection or enjoy very much. That has nothing to do with reciprocation. And we should not be reciprocating anyway. I say this all the time. I'm going to say it again tonight. And I always use love language as an example. If your love language is, I don't have my board up. I don't know all the love languages by heart. I know there's 5. So just say you have your main love language is acts of service, I guess. Let's just say that. Okay. I'm acts of service. Your physical touch, is that one of them? Anybody can comment and let me know. Oh, I guess I could pull that up too. I'm too worried about my damn wine right now, y'all. I've had a rough fucking 7 to 10 days. Love language. Let's just say I'm acts of service and your affection. And everybody is forever saying acts of service. Words of affirmation. Let's go there. Words of affirmation and acts of service. Okay. I'm acts of service, your words of affirmation. We get together and every narrative right now is you need to learn your partner's love language and then you need to reciprocate. So I'm going to get with Mike Smith, just picking his name because he's the last one that commented. And he is words of affirmation. And my love language is acts of service. And then I'm going to reciprocate his words of affirmation. And he's going to reciprocate my acts of service. Doesn't that decrease who he is? Doesn't that decrease who I am? Doesn't that now make my love language words of affirmation and his love language acts of service? You see where I'm going with this? I don't want anyone to love me because I'm expecting you to love me back. Or if I love you, you're going to act a certain way. Or if I love you, you're going to treat me a certain way. Or if I love you, you're going to give me something. None of us should be loving for something in return. That's fucking business. That's capitalism. That's not what love is. It has nothing to do with any of those things. It is an intense feeling of emotion towards someone. How do you do that too much? How do you do that too much? No. Hey, Victoria, what you do too much is you take your badass behavior, you call it love, because there's a zillion other fucking badass narratives, false, horrible narratives that are out there that tell you this is the way you should love. If you're mad, if I'm not mad at you, then I don't care about you anymore. So keep making me mad and pissing me off. That means I care about you. Okay. All this shit, the reason that we're so fucked up is because we believe all this shit. We listen to all of it. We believe it. And then we just fucking take a meme and we run with it. Nobody even considers what is coming out of our mouths. Nobody talks about if that shit is, they're like, oh, it's cute. No, it's not. What we are doing is manifesting. We are using these memes as true narratives in our lives. We don't even know what the fuck we're saying. Half the people I know don't even know what the definition of reciprocity is. You understand what I'm saying to you? But they're going to say, we need to reciprocate. All they think is, I just do back what you do to me. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it. I speak on her all the time. I'm going to speak on her again, and I'm going to continue to speak on her. Eartha Kitt, and somebody was like, well, she died single. Let me look that up, by the way. And she said, compromise. and she literally laughed like that. Compromise. Why would I do that? Why would I find a man and compromise? And a gentleman was on the show, last week or the week before possibly. Jay, he's from the Velvet Room. Please remind me of his beautiful name. He was on the show, and he gave a couple examples of compromise, right? And I don't care how many times you give me examples of compromise. Compromise in itself, again. See, I like doing this on the computer, and then I can tell y'all motherfuckers about y'all stupid shit when you come up with these dumbass things. Not him. I'm just saying in general for definitions. So compromise is an agreement or a settlement of a dispute that is reached by each side making concessions. Settle a dispute by mutual concession. Accept standards that are lower than is desirable. Us deciding where we're going to go fucking eat, and I say I want Mexican and you say you want Chinese, and we go to Mexican tonight and the next night we go to get Chinese, that is not a compromise, okay? Because guess what? We're both going to eat. We're both going to eat food that we like, and we're both going to enjoy ourselves while we do it. That's not a compromise. That's not us accepting a standard that's lower. We're eating dinner together. If you feel a person is loving you too much, it means you don't have the ability to match or reciprocate, have not reached a place of openness. Fear. Reciprocation is not always if, then. If you feel a person is loving you, Eric Dawson challenged me about compromise last time. Great guy. Love him, actually. No disrespect to him, but he did try to challenge me. And he used the dinner example. That's the example he used. And I'm saying that's not compromise. That's not lowering something. It's not accepting standards that are lower than you for a desirable result. That's not what compromise is. And that's what I'm saying. We just use these words all lackadaisical, throw them in with this a relationship, and then we wonder why we can't get shit straight. On top of the trauma, on top of the unhealed pain, on top of the fact that women are creating kids with fucking attitudes and thinking it's the greatest thing in the world to make your daughter like you, and you got an attitude and that's okay. Or, whatever it is that be the case, we are creating, I talked about this on the show, we're creating generational curses. We're not just perpetuating them. We are now creating them. We're creating them. And here I am over here busting my ass to create generational blessings. And my children are surrounded by people who think you have to compromise and you have to show reciprocation. No, let me tell you something. If you don't love me for just loving me, then you don't need to be with me. You don't. If I don't love you just because I love you, what do I have to reciprocate? Your kindness? I'm already kind. I don't want you to be kind. What? Make this make sense. I'm going to pick a man who ain't fucking kind. We're going to get together. I'm going to be kind to him. And then he's going to be kind to me back just because I'm kind to him. No. Baby, I need a kind man to begin with. I need a gentle man to begin with. If I want a gentleman, how I'm going to be a gentleman and pick not a gentleman and make him reciprocate gentlemanness? If that's a word, it is tonight, gentlemanness. How am I going to do that? Explain that to me like I'm 5 years old, please, because I need to know answers. I need to know. By the way, obviously, if y'all can't tell, I'm fucking on one tonight because I've been through it. So, the reciprocation and all this, and Mike Smith, baby, if you feel a person, I need you to give me an example, baby. Please give me an example of loving you too much, of loving me. I want Mike Smith to tell Kimberly, Michael, how you can love me too much or how I can love you too much. I need an actual example of how I can love you too much. Match or reciprocate. Silky Savage. What's up? Did I tell everybody, hey, Silky, K Boogie? Hey, K Boogie. I don't think I said hey to K Boogie. Hey, K Boogie. Again, everybody's coming on. So grateful. Subscribe, like, share, comment, share the shit out of the show. You know, I like to say that. What's up to all my boo things? Mike, I'm not picking on you. I swear. This is really about a dialogue. It has always been about a dialogue. We really need to rip apart the narratives that are tearing us apart. We need to dissect them, and we need to have these conversations. Okay, so I haven't even talked about the other half, but on purpose, because I'm not gonna lie, I am kind of waiting on Mr. Smith to give me some insight. And anybody else who has insight, feel free to comment. There's some men on here. Harold's on here. Feel free to, if you think you can love too much. Santino's on here. Let me know if you think you can love somebody too much. I know Silky and Kate Boogie and Victoria ain't afraid to comment. Gilly either. You know, Gilly, do you think we can love too much? You think you can love somebody too much? Because here's what I think you're doing. I think you taking bad behavior, and it's obsessive behavior, and it's toxic behavior, and then you accusing somebody of loving too much. So now you're just diluting and diluting love, basically, is what you're doing. I mean, what part of love are we confused about? I know. Answer all of it. Because again, like I said in the beginning, we don't even talk about love anymore. What can you bring to the table? High value men, low value women, baby mama, baby daddy, relationships, all of these things, marriage. What? And Jay, didn't you ask me this today? Hold on, I'm gonna go back to our chat. I think Jay asked me. I'm not putting on instrumental. I don't even know how to find instrumental music. Let me go back to me and Jay's and see what he said, because he asked me something about, you love the way you love because how you feel about the person. No such thing as that. I absolutely agree, Silky. Absolutely. So Jay said he agrees that if a man leads on emotion, he will crash. Well, yes, absolutely. I mean, that I can agree on. That part of and we're going to get to that too, because I'm literally going to break this shit down like line by line. And again, y'all don't have to agree with me. That's fine. I'm not here to change nobody's minds. If you don't like what I'm saying and you want to go on and keep choosing relationships and get into a relationship and you don't behave the way the other person behaves, but then you want reciprocation, watch what happens. I'm going to tell you what happens. You reciprocate somebody's shit because y'all ain't really completely compatible. So you like, well, I'm going to reciprocate this because they like it and it'll make them happy, right? But then you're going to fuck around and come across a healing person like me, and I'm not reciprocating shit, all right? I'm not doing it. You can come at me 15 different ways. And I actually had this conversation with a gentleman that I was actually talking to, kind of, sort of, on the show about reciprocation and compromise. And we believe the same way. Sorry, a toxic situation. I think you can absolutely love somebody too much when it becomes a toxic situation. My kid's father made me pay him back for everything he did for me. Said it was a lesson on independence. LOL. Victoria, baby, let me talk about your ex-damn husband right quick. Or your kid's father. I'm sorry. Let me tell you something. He did not love you too much. He was broken too much, baby. That's what that is. That ain't got shit to do with love. Pay you back for everything. No, that's toxicity. Yeah, that's toxicity, baby. And he was dead ass wrong. I'm telling you. If your friends ain't told you and your family ain't told you, let me then tell you. He didn't love you too much. He didn't love himself enough. That's just the bottom damn line with that. And that's a perfect example. Like, you were given examples, which is what I was asking Mike about, how you love too much. Because I'm gonna break that. I'm telling you, no, he was broken. He was broken, and he did not love you enough because he didn't love himself enough to heal, to be able to love you whole and give you the healing love that you needed, and possibly vice versa. I don't know where you're at in your healing process or whatever, but that's what that is. But that is an excellent example that we can talk about a situation. You know what I'm saying? I could say, people say, oh, your ex-husband loved you too much because he stalked me. No, baby, that didn't have nothing to do with love. That had to do with because his ass is fucking crazy. That ain't got shit else to do with anything. He didn't love me too much. He loved you too much. He didn't want to let you go. He loved you so much, Kim. No, he was broken so much. He was traumatized so much. He was mentally unstable too much. Yes, Victoria, absolutely. And again, it was a perfect example. Honestly, it is. Just know, baby, that that was not him loving you too much. That was him not loving himself enough. That's all that was, honestly, for real. And I believe in you, for the record, and I believe that you are manifesting something much greater than what you have had before. And I believe that we are all here for that purpose, and that's what we all need to do. And you go out and baby do that. You feel me? Heal them wounds. And when you show up in your purpose and who you are, here I go talking to my damn self. You I get a lot of slack because I'm just being honest. Men don't get a lot of time with me. Men get a couple of days, 48 hours. It's kind of a running joke. 48 hours. If you get past 48 hours, baby, I actually like you. I'm just being honest. If you get past 48 hours with me and I still engage in conversation and I haven't ghosted you yet, I actually like you. And I'm giving you an opportunity to then become a little bit more consistent and to open up to me a little bit more, right? And share some things with me. And we gonna have conversations. We gonna have serious conversations about a lot of things. But because once I spot some bad behavior, once you say something that even comes close to looking toxic. So we were on the show the other night. Ooh, Gilly, baby, don't get riled up tonight, okay? Boo thing. So on Sunday night's show, I was talking about toxic dating, not toxic behavior, but toxic dating, right? And a guy who is really good friends with me now, we just ended up friends. I actually met on a dating website last year sometime, and we just maintained a friendship. That was it. We never even met. We're just friends. He comes on the show all the time, and he said it's okay for me to talk about it, so I'm not talking about it behind his back, right? And he brought somebody on. I'm not sure who she was to him, but she'd known him for a very long time. I would love to have a conversation with you outside of chat. I have so many topics. I would, Victoria, I would love that. Seriously. I absolutely. I'm in love with Kimberly Michael at Gmail. Everything I am is in love with Kimberly Michael. Facebook, I'm in love with Kimberly Michael. You can send me a message. Instagram, I'm in love with Kimberly Michael. You can send me a message. TikTok, I don't think I'm all the way in love with Kimberly Michael. It was too many letters, but it's like in love Kimberly Michael or something like that. And you can absolutely send it to me 100%, and we can talk about it. You can come on the show. Whatever you want to do, absolutely, we can have conversation. I would love that. And that's the whole point. That's the whole point of this show and my other show, is that people start dialoguing with each other and having conversations and, waking up to the reality that is. But anyway, is there an email or cell number I could contact you? That would be amazing. Jay knows how to work this. I think there's a private chat that Jay can do. Jay might not even have my damn cell phone number. Let me figure out, baby, how to do it. But my email is inlovewithkimberlymichael@gmail. That's my email. And that's okay. I don't mind putting that out there. And I don't know how to comment back, so I apologize. But it's in love with Kimberly Michael. It's in love with Kimberly Michael. So a lady came on, and I don't know who she was, but she was talking about basically that she chose poorly twice. And she was explaining how she chose poorly. And I told her, I didn't go into depth, but I told her, hey, you and I need to have a whole nother conversation, because she publicly announced that she chose these men. And literally when she said the second husband, and she literally named off like 42 red flags. Gilly, am I lying? Like, there it is right there. Thank you, Jay. Yes, do that. And just put your name in the subject so I know it's you, please. And she started naming off all these red flags, basically. I mean, this isn't a red flag for me, so it's hard for me to say this as a red flag. But he was a convict. Gilly knows what I'm about to say. I would prefer a convict over a Christian. That's just me. So there, I've said it. Judge me later. And that's just because I don't care where you've been and what you've done. I care about your current behavior. So regardless of what is going on or where you've been. I mean, I literally have friends that have, attempted murder charges, and they are some of the best fucking men that I know. And I'm just being honest with you, and brilliant men as well too. And I'm not afraid of them or anything even close. You know what I mean? And so, but in my head, I'm like, baby, we need to have a show about why you keep choosing these dudes. That's what needs to happen. I mean, I haven't chosen anybody in a really long time, like actually chosen. I've chosen in 3 years, I chose one person, and it absolutely got my heart broken. I don't want to say broken, but my fucking feelings were really fucking hurt. The one person that I chose. Just love honestly and fight fair. No. Why are we fighting? Why are we fighting? Why are we fighting? Why are we fighting? Why are we choosing people that we have to fight with? Y'all explain that to me. Because what I'm not going to do is fight and fuss with you. I'm not going to do that. That's absolutely ludicrous. I'm not going to fight with somebody. We're not doing that. I'm not saying that there won't be conversations that need to be had, but baby, you can best believe they're going to be conversations. We're going to sit and quietly talk to one another in conversation about what is going on. And I had this conversation with Santino today, actually. If you love someone, you want them to reciprocate that love. If they do not, then you feel unloved and you feel like the love you gave is for nothing. No, absolutely not. Baby, no. Gilly, have we talked ever? Baby, why would you want someone to reciprocate love? Why wouldn't you want him to get up every day and choose to love you? Not love you because you love, well, she loved me, so fuck it, I guess I'm going to go ahead and love her. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Every relationship has a disagreement, and as long as you go into that disagreement, or I said fight in a fair way, then nobody feels slighted or disrespected. I just feel you can't expect anything from anyone you get let down. Absolutely correct. And that is actually, Victoria, you can look this up if I'm not mistaken, and I can, but I'm almost positive that it has to do with Buddhism about expectations. You literally, most women are let down because of expectations. We expect the person that we chose to do this. We expect them to reciprocate our love. We expect them to, I'm just throwing shit out there. I'm not saying that anybody wants any of these things or doesn't want it. I'm just throwing shit out. We expect them to give us flowers. We expect them to go to church with us every Sunday. We expect for them to wash our cars on the weekend. I mean, I have expectations. I'm not going to lie. Everybody knows this about me. Bugs, cars, and trash. That's a man's job. I'm sorry. I'm doing everything else. So, I mean, that's the least that you can do. That is an expectation that I have. And I'm just being honest. But most guys don't care about any of those things. They have no problem doing that. So let me read some of the comments. Gilly said, you have to go in real and true intentions, or a different agenda. It's not going to work out because there's only thinking of, right. That's my point. If you go in with an agenda, you can't, I mean, we can't do that. Neither side should be going in with expectations or an agenda. Like, I'm going to love this person enough that they will. That should never come out of your mouth. If I love him enough, he won't do this. If I love him enough, I won't do that. My daughter, God knows I love her little smart ass. She is so brilliant and sweet. But oh my God, she will engage with you to death. She will talk a motherfucker to death because she is convinced that she gonna say the right thing. And they're just gonna have an epiphany, and all the effort and healing talks and, actively, can I turn that off? Active behavior training, I don't know what else to call it, goes to hell. And I've said to my children, and I'm going to say this too, don't let me lose track where we're at on the chats either. Thank you guys for showing up. Please subscribe, share, like, and comment, like and subscribe is the most important. Please share the shit out the show. And I say this all the time. I spoke to my ex for 20 years. And I don't know if y'all know this about me, but I got fucking words for days. Okay. I can talk for 2 hours to nobody. Y'all can just listen to me. You can come on here and I'll talk to you, or I can talk all by myself. I got words for days. I sound great telling everybody other shit, but half the time it's for my own thing, right? It's for me. It's really me talking to myself sometimes because I ain't got my shit together. I do not have my shit together. I don't. But I was talking to Santino earlier today about this. I can't do the chaos and confusion, the fussing and arguing and fight. Like I have literally lived from the time I was a child, a small child, in the midst of chaos and confusion. I have never, ever had any peace in my life until recently. And baby, it is a struggle to maintain it. I am not going to lie. It is a struggle some days to maintain my peace. And we were talking about that. You know, it's just, we all need some fucking peace. We don't have time to sit down and be quiet and kind of think about where we're at and what we're doing and how we're going to get to the next place. There's a million different ways to find your center. I haven't totally found mine yet. I had this conversation too. I'm in this really weird loop where I don't feel peaceful. I feel healed and whole, but I don't feel balanced. And so some days when I'm chaotic in my mind, I lose my place in the energy between me and a man. I can lose my energy. I'm not really wholly being in my feminine nature and being nurturing because my mind's giving me bullshit to think about or be about and all of those things like that. You know what I'm saying? All right, I'm gonna go back and read the comments real quick, y'all. Hold on. I read that one. Okay, you have to go in real true intentions, different agenda. It's not, you shouldn't have an agenda at all, Gills, at all. I mean, there should be no agenda. The only thing that you should be going into is with love, that you want to love this person. And either they end up being the type of love that they give you is exactly what you need, or it's not. And then there's no point in hanging around for that. There's no reason in staying there and trying to convince them that you have to do something else. So I agree. Victoria said, we don't know that we're choosing people that we are eventually going to fight with, but I feel like it comes with a relationship. There are times you're going to fight, argue, and disagree. Okay, let me address this real quick. We don't know what we're choosing. We really don't, because there are definitely people who send their representatives. I get that 100%. I get it. And I may or may not, I'm just being honest with you. And Gillian has said this to me. I don't think it's self-sabotage. But I may or may not manipulate the situation a little bit and use some words to kind of irritate someone so I can see how they engage when they're angry. Because I want to know up front. I don't want to know, 20 years down the road or 10 years down the road or 5 years down the road or 3 months down the road, if when you get pissed off, you're going to start throwing shit. I want to know exactly how you act. And I may not know if you're aggressive, but me personally, if you're mad and some of the things you say to me, I get a feel for what it's going to look like when you're, really engaged and really pissed off. So I'm not going to say I just deliberately piss people off, but shit comes up and I think, oh, now's the time. And I don't think we're patient. I'm definitely not. But that's because my ass, I love to love, and I'm willing to love someone, whether it's for 24 hours, 48 hours, excuse me, a week, 2 weeks, 2 months. I'm willing to love. I'm also willing to get my heart broken in the pursuit of love, if you will, because to me, there's nothing more important. But people being too good to be true and those signs, there's always something. There's always, almost always, because I've heard women tell stories how everything was absolutely perfect until they moved in, or everything seemed absolutely perfect until they got married. And then all of a sudden this monster came out. That is not the case with every single situation. When you start dating and you're dating men and you see the same pattern of men over and over again, and you know for a fact that you are not healed or in a position that you're even close to being healed, and then all of a sudden a guy pops up and he's it. and you ain't healed, 9 times out of 10, he ain't it. 9 times out of 10, he ain't healed either. 9 times out of 10, there's going to be some conflict and some fucking confusion. Now, I understand that generationally, there's different levels to this shit, okay? And I want y'all to understand that when I talk about relationships and I talk about this, I'm talking about it from a 52-year-old standpoint. I'm not fucking fighting with nobody. We're not doing that. You grown, I'm grown. You know if you got bad behavior. I just told this story today, and I've told this story before. The last dude I dated, we've been broken up for almost 3 years. And he had a door right next to the bed, like how this kind of is right here. And he was big, so he was big. He was like 6'4". And he got in just one of the many arguments that he would have with me. I would just be listening to him, and I didn't engage back with. I didn't argue back with him, which pissed him off even more. But that's not my fault. I'm not going to do it. And he literally was sitting on the bed, 47 years old, sitting on the bed, and he would open the door and scream at me, and then shut the door, and then open the door and scream at me again and shut the door.
Who is that?
Kenny.
Oh, he's a fucking ball. Okay, all right. You know what? You want to scream at somebody? You're going to scream at me today. You ready?
Who, me?
I don't want a man that doesn't come without kindness. If he's not kind, he can't come. He's got to be kind. So he's got to then come with and reciprocate the kindness that you have already?
No.
Look up reciprocate. Look up reciprocate. Let's look that one up.
No, he doesn't have. I don't want him to
give and take. It's just called give and take. If you don't want to reciprocate, you're just going to stand there and take all day.
I'm not taking shit. You already know I'm not taking shit.
Okay, so you're just going to give all day with nothing in return.
That is absolutely not what I'm saying.
That's exactly what reciprocation is.
No, reciprocation means to respond to a gesture or action by making a corresponding one.
Right. So, and in relationships, that ends up being a very natural, involuntary action. It's not tit for fucking tat.
That's exactly.
I mean, we're not keeping a fucking chart on the fridge.
That's exactly what reciprocation is. It's tit for tat. He did that for me, so I'm going to.
Well, then that should be used in the business world, not in a relationship world. Don't you think?
I think that reciprocity, we need to come up off that word. And it when we use it, it needs to be for something.
Is that what we pay people for when we did bad to them? Or is that reparations?
What?
Never mind. Never mind.
So what does reciprocate mean? To give and take mutually. To return.
Yes.
Listen, let me finish the definition. To return in kind or degree, reciprocate a compliment gracefully. That makes sense. Reciprocate a compliment. That's okay.
Well, forget the one you like. Let's go with the very first sentence.
To give and take mutually.
Right. If you were the one in the relationship constantly giving, hello, Gilly. If you were the one in the relationship constantly giving, you'd start to feel like shit when it was never fucking reciprocated. Trust me.
You are not going to like what I am going to say, but
I haven't liked it in the last 30 minutes. That's why
you picked a man who, number one, does not reciprocate. Not only does he not reciprocate, he's not anything that you are. He's not brilliant. He's not kind.
Wait, hold on. You mean hypothetically?
He's
hypothetically,
this person might not be. If you pick someone that's not like you and you force them or expect them to reciprocate what you're giving them, then you are asking them to be someone who they are not to make you fucking happy. I'm sorry. Let me say that again. Okay?
No, say it for the people in the back.
Let me say it again. If you pick someone and you expect them to reciprocate what you give them to make you happy, then you pick the wrong fucking person. It's ludicrous.
Fucking shit.
It's ludicrous for you to pick somebody and expect them to reciprocate who you are.
I can't be in your room.
So I'm supposed to pick a man who is not affectionate, and I'm supposed to say to him, okay, we together now. So baby, look here. Every time I come for you, in whatever way I come for you, in my aggressively affectionate self, I'm going to need you to reciprocate that. And when he don't, now I'm mad. Because now you ain't kissing me, you ain't squeezing me, you ain't touching me, you ain't doing that. Now I'm arguing with your ass. Why don't you love me? Because motherfucker, he don't love that way. He loves a different way. But you want to reciprocate what I do. Reciprocate. Fuck that mutual shit. Show up like that.
So then how are we gonna find your man? Is he gonna be like a Care Bear with a big old fucking hug and a heart right in his belly? Like a big old Care Bear? He's just gonna have to have that?
I mean,
who's this here who joined? Is this Mike? Is this Mike coming for you?
I don't know. Who's on here? I wanted to read all the things, all the comments too.
Girl, it's me on there. I'm so special.
Okay. Silky Savage said Wi-Fi is a waste of time. Absolutely. Gillian, she's up here now talking about if you love someone, you want them to reciprocate. If they don't, then you feel in love. Again, that's your fault. Every relationship has a disagreement as long as you go in.
You can't just end. Oh, I'm going to end a relationship because this sheer part didn't work out. You have to work at it. You have to compromise. You have to discuss.
Says who?
Says a bitch who wants a man. Shit. Can't be just your fucking way.
It's not about it being my way. It's about me waiting for the person who's already the way he
And that's what I love about you. That no matter how much heartbreak and heartache you have found and bullshit motherfuckers you have found, crazy catfish shit, you have not settled. And I remember we had recently talked to someone that said, oh, I do this and I do that and I do this and I do that. And I'm thinking, it did was illuminate the fact that while you and I both thought you were sometimes going down the wrong path in the dating world, it reminded me that you're not settling for the okie doke. You're not settling for any fucking body. And it's frustrating, but that's what I love about you, that you aren't settling, that you're just waiting for your special one. And Jesus, Lord God, give it to her. God Almighty, if you are listening, give her the man you know you made for her. I mean, serious, right?
Yes. And Gilly, you said it right here. So you don't want a man that reciprocates your kindness. He must already have the kindness that you give to match. Yes, exactly. That's exactly it.
Well, and I'm not going to make you lower your standards whatsoever. I just think they don't all got to be pretty. Ugly man's going to love to mess out you, girl.
Don't start your shit, okay?
They always got to be pretty and gorgeous and handsome.
I literally just told a story about a trap house and a toothless motherfucker. Are you serious? Now, granted, I didn't.
We ran from him. We ran. Go to the gas station. Get the car.
So, all right. Let me read the other comments. I think that's a great tactic to use in the future. I'm definitely aggressive and very short-tempered, but I'm working on that. But I want to heal before I try another friendship relationship.
Oh, Gilly, I love that.
Yeah, Gilly's on one today. Trust me. It's been a rough day.
I love that. Who wrote that? Was that Victoria?
Yes.
Because I can't see the comments now that I'm on. I like that because she recognizes some of her faults and she's working on them. And that's all you can do.
Yeah, exactly.
Recognize your delusion and work on it.
I mean, that's all you can do. I mean, how many come to Jesus moments have I had over the last
I wish there was a mirror that didn't just give us our right factual reflection. I wish there was a mirror that gave us our true reflection and really showed us the shit we're delusional on. Like, I think I'm hideously ugly, but everyone tells me that's not true. I wish I had that mirror. I wish I had the mirror that showed me that I'm insane, because I don't see that.
Well, first of all, you're not insane.
Definition of insanity: doing the same thing, expecting a different result. I am insane.
So, well, what you are is in an energy of insanity. That doesn't mean that you're insane. It means you're in the energy of insanity.
Oh God, is that a thing? Did you just make that?
I mean, it fucking is now, bro. I mean, it is now. So there's that.
Gentleman-ness.
Okay, we are going to do nobody go anywhere. Matter of fact, while we're gone, because I'm hyped, so I got to calm down. While we're gone, y'all do subscribe, like, comment. We do have a sponsor and share
the shit out of it.
Yeah, no, but Gilly, don't go nowhere. Stay right where you're at. And whoever wants to come on can come on as soon as we get back.
I'm going to bed.
About that, BSOB season 2? Shit, I'm on my way right now. Spain. That's that show right there. Y'all better tune in. Make sure y'all subscribe. And hit that motherfucking like button. I'm tired of y'all sitting there watching the show and not hitting that like button. Alright, I'm almost there. I'll see you at the show, baby. BSOB season 2! Ah! Sponsoring ourselves. Come on, Savage Cobb, entertainment, baby. We savage in this bitch. Ow. Savage Cobb, entertainment.
Hi, we're back.
Are we back? That was quick. I didn't even pay attention. Was that the fabulous knee pain ointment, or was that skincare?
That was us. That was Jay hyping up. That was our own commercial first.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, that was our own. I got to do one. He's so good, and I'm so terrible. I'm not a good listener apparently, and I got to do a little like he did. Like, hey, I'm on my way to. In love with Kimberly Michael kind of thing like he did, so we can like hype.
We're going to make a gigantic heart-shaped cake and you're going to bust out of it.
Do I get to be naked?
I was just thinking naked, but I didn't want to embarrass you. I was thinking naked.
I'm sorry. Have you fucking met me?
Can we put heart-shaped pasties on your nipples?
Why? Apparently I have great nipples. Why would I do that?
Let's leave something to the imagination.
It is to the imagination. Nobody knows what kind of nipples I have.
They're fantastic.
Nobody on here. Wait, let me go look at all the names.
They still
nobody on here knows that nobody knows what kind of nipples I have on here.
Your nipples still point forward, so you're doing well. They don't put downwards yet.
I mean, that's good news already. Yes,
it is.
All right, so let's dissect the rest of this. We've talked about love and every other word we can define. Let's talk about the rest of this thing that we are talking about. Let's talk about this nonsense. Okay, so the rest of it says you're closer to death than you realize. I mean, I'm not even going to address
I don't even know what that means.
I mean, loving we've already figured out that you can't technically love someone too much. You can love someone not enough, and you can love yourself not enough that you have toxic behavior.
I can see if like an 89-year-old wrote that, because I'm almost 49 and I'm now starting to see the beauty in things. So if you're 89, then you've loved at your fullest capacity you've ever could loved, and then you die. Like, who wrote that? Like, how old are they? I don't get it. I just don't get it.
I don't think he's that old. So here's the other part of this. All mental and emotional carrying of a man ends in collapse.
Oh, that's hurt. That's
so
pain
I want
talking.
to know, though, does he mean, God, I really wish he would have came on. What I want to know is, does he mean that the man carrying the mental and emotional?
No, caring of a man. So we
men-
can coddle them too much that it collapses? Like, do they become
carrying
no longer
ends in collapse? Jay, insight, and men that are on here,
do they no longer have accountability because we love them so much? Well, I don't get it.
Yeah, I need some of my beautiful men to speak up on here. You don't have to come on, but it comments what all mental and emotional carrying of a man ends in collapse. So is he saying that? It almost sounds like he's saying that if a man loves you too much, that it's basically because you are mentally and emotionally carrying the man. Is that what y'all are getting?
No. Read it again. Love of a man. Of a man.
All mental and emotional carrying of a man ends in collapse.
He's been hurt.
Shit. He's been hurt. He actually has his own show, and I think he's an author.
Well, he seems to. I would love to know the content of this.
I mean, I would too. I invited him on the show.
Sounds like a train wreck I want to watch.
I invited him on the show. I mean, some of the stuff he says I love. I really do. I enjoy a lot of the things he says. But some things I need. Yes, he's an author. And I'm not judging the guy. I'm not going up against him. I don't want to say until I get permission from him. I would love to support his book and tell y'all to go get it. I feel like, but I don't want to I don't want to commingle the two, like, because I have answers. It seems to me like he likes to dialogue, and I want to be able to dialogue on this from what I see, because I could be misinterpreting what he's saying, which still goes to the fact that these false narratives that we just take and run and fucking haul ass with are fucking us up. Because again, how important are words? Not a Christian. Do you know how many times? Let's just look this one up, because I've looked it up before.
Words are so powerful.
I think I took that.
There's like the Bible. I forget how many times it is. I used to know it. I don't know it now. But in the Bible, even there's like so many times that it's mentioned about your tongue and the power behind your tongue and your words, repeatedly. And if you know me, you know I'm not a Christian. I believe that everything has some truth to it. And I say all the time, I see the truth in the Bible. I see a lot of lies in the Bible too, but I see a lot of truth. And so this is one of the truths of the Bible. What we are speaking, what we are watching, what we are intaking, what we are sharing on Facebook, what we are reading, the same memes over and over and over again. And you are not only just reading them. If you're like me and Gilly be on that bitch cackling. We talk, girl, listen to this, We're going down our timelines and we're literally cackling about some of those things. So we're not only speaking the words, we're putting all this positive intention behind that, even if it's negative. Y'all understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Do you understand that we're co-creating our own garbage? And we don't even fucking know we're doing it, because we just like to go on Facebook and repeat all the memes and say it out loud and put all of our intention and all of our emotion behind it. And then here's what happens. This shit happens.
That might be a lot of people that don't have a lot of basis in education and or faith. They may be very ignorant people.
How many people, I don't know about y'all, but I lived the majority of my grown life, if not all of it, up until very recently, maybe I'd say 98% in default mode, where my manifestation was straight default. I was just manifesting shit. Every once in a while, I'd manifest some really, really good shit, right? And then I'd be like, oh, I can really manifest, right? And then my mind, hi, Willie.
I manifest negative shit.
Thanks for showing up. I appreciate you.
You see where my daughter is, right? Manifestation for real. I mean, yes. I said it when she was 3 years old, and look, my words made that happen, and I don't care what you say.
I did the same thing, and not this show. This is not the show for it. I don't know if I'll talk about it, but there's a good, very strong possibility, because I really came to some realization this year about stuff I manifested way early on in my childhood. I started saying stuff out loud. I started saying things.
Well, it's because, remember, you would say them in your head. They would come true. No one would believe that you made it up, that you thought of it first. So you had to start saying it out loud to show that you were fucking making it happen.
Yeah, I was literally in like junior high and high. Nobody ever talked to me about The Secret or manifestation. Nobody ever talked to me about the laws of attraction back then. I'm hanging around with adults that are fucking drunk.
Jordy!
Screaming, you know what I'm saying?
Jordy Hart in the house. Oh my God.
What's up, Jordan Hart is my son, y'all. My oldest seed, dope as fuck, brilliant ass man. And he is super fucking smart, for real. Like, and he is coming into his own. And thanks, Willie. I appreciate you. He's coming into his own, and he's probably got more knowledge now than me. I mean, he's just got a dope ass mind. My heart just so full, because I'm so proud for him. I'm not proud of him. I'm proud for him. It's a huge, and he's only 28, and all of my seeds are, but Jordan is so much more than I was at 28. And people don't see him that way because of the simplistic life that he chooses to live. And it's fucking tragic. And he's definitely a role model for me. I mean, I would love to have a
Me
very
too.
similar mindset and walk in that. You know what I'm
Oh, I
saying?
love that boy.
I
Man.
do too. I love the
Man.
fuck out of him. He knows it though. So Jordy, this is what we're talking about, and there's a link. If you want to come on, you can. You don't have to, but somebody posted this on my page. Okay, you ready? It says, when a man is too in love with you, you're closer to death than you realize, and all mental and emotional carrying of a man ends in collapse. And so I was saying you can't love anybody too much. And yes, you guys, I'm absolutely showing favoritism to my son and revamping the entire show. Yes, that's what I'm doing. And that you can't love someone too much, because love is a feeling, an intense feeling, and it's an emotion, and you can't have too much of that. But what you can have is behaviors that are toxic, and then we turn around and call them love. There's so many narratives that are out now where the thought is that this is love. If I don't, like, the one that goes around the most is about a woman bitching at the man, and then she says, if I'm bitching at you, if I'm tripping, then I care. It's when I'm silent, that you need to be concerned. So I say, basically, you're telling me that you have bad behavior, and that means that you love me. But when I don't reciprocate or compromise the behavior that you want a particular behavior, you're tripping because I don't give it to you. Now you're going to punish me by being silent to me. You're going to punish me by not having sex with me. You're going to
I
punish
think that's just shit
me by
we
not having dinner
know.
tonight.
I
So
think
that's huh?
I think that's just stuff. Again, remember we were talking about we can only speak from what we know, and that's how we've been treated. So it's hard for us to get over that hump
It's
and
extremely
think that
difficult.
there are normal relationships out there when we were so mentally abused.
Right, but there are. And guess what? If they're not, then we have to create them. I don't know what's so fucking hard about this. I do not want my seeds to continue to grow up in environments where everybody around them is fucked up. So the only thing that I can do is everything in my fucking power to be the best mama, the best woman, the best sister, the best auntie that I can be, and the best fucking human being and woman that I can be for myself. The absolute best that I can fucking be. Because you're not going to tell
Once
me
you get to the best, be better.
when you're not going to tell me, I don't want to be the best. You're not going to tell me that 7.9 billion people on the planet and not one other motherfucker has similar views of me. There's not one other man in this world who is so full of love he can't wait to find me. I don't believe that shit. I don't
Where is
believe
he?
that we
Where
are
is
all
he?
doomed.
Where
I
is
don't
he?
I don't believe about that we're all doomed. I don't believe it. I don't. I refuse to not believe in love. I'm just going to always fucking believe in love. I'm going to believe, and I'm going to find a way to show the entire fucking world that it is capable to be broken fucking down to nothing and still believe in the only thing that fucking matters in this world, which is love. What the fuck else matters? Nothing. And
Listen to this.
what's my mom's?
Moms, what about males acting masculine and then females thinking that they're dicks because they don't act like little babies? And then
His
as soon as you act a little bit softer, then they call you a fucking punk. Those women are never fucking happy.
And this is the problem, Jordan. This is the problem. This is the problem. What you're saying is what the newest narrative is that's so divisive, which is that women are saying that when men act like men, they're fucking being toxic. It's toxic masculinity. I say, check out what
I
your
gotta
mom
have
said.
a real man.
I don't think we've had this conversation actually, but I don't think you and I, Jordan, had this conversation. This is what I think. I think that generationally, masculine energy that is a generational curse that's been passed down now generationally, and that it's coming in the form, the toxic masculinity is what the women carry, and it's toxic to us because we're not supposed to have that much. It's too heavy. We're not built for it. It's not what that's not what we're supposed to do, right? We need to start embracing men's masculinity, and we need to start realizing that we are overwhelmed with the masculine energy that we've carried for generation, and we need to start letting that shit go. You can be feminine and in feminine energy and still do everything you have ever wanted to do. Why do we think that being in feminine or masculine energy then stops who we are immediately? It's the opposite. A man being in his healthy masculine energy and a woman being in her feminine energy balances us. That's the whole fucking purpose of us being here, is to balance each other. I'm not here to fix you. I'm not here to heal you. I am here to balance you. I cannot balance you. If every fucking thing you do to me, I have to reciprocate it. And everything I do to you, you have to reciprocate. And every fucking decision we make has to be a compromise. That's not balance. That's us swapping shit around again because somebody told us that we had to do it. And so there's nothing wrong with masculine men. There's nothing wrong with, I call them quiet alphas and quiet masculine men. And, you know, Jordy's probably heard me say this before and he hasn't. It ain't going to shock him what I'm about to say. And I say this all the time. You know why I don't say all men ain't shit and all men ain't this and all men blah, 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 blah. Because of Jordan Hart. Because of Ramsey Hicks. That's why I don't say that shit. Why do I talk about women like I do and the accountability that we need to hold moving forward? Because I have a daughter. Because I have a daughter who doesn't know how to truly be in her feminine energy. Yet she's working on it. She's working on it. And that comes from, you know, the environment that she grew up in. I'm not ever giving up on love. I'm not ever giving up on men. And you can damn sure best believe I'm never giving up on black men. That's never going to fucking happen because because that means I've given up on my seeds. And Jordy will tell you right now, if he don't tell you shit out, baby, that's not ever going to happen. I don't ever care what choice my children make. I will always choose them. Always. I don't give a fuck what you put in the comment. Don't do it. I'm not saying don't do it because it's pointless. I don't ever care what choice my seeds make. I will always choose them. I will never not choose them because of a choice they make that I don't fucking like. You know how many choices I make that other people don't like? Hey, Sheena, you know how many choices I make that other people don't like? Your perception of me is not my responsibility. But my seeds are my responsibility until I take my last breath. And then guess what I am? Guess what I am? I'm the fucking ancestor then. I'm the ancestor. And guess what I'm carrying? Generational blessings. I'm not carrying generational curses. I'm carrying the blessings now. I'm passing them down. And now I'm overseeing the blessings. Y'all need to really fucking start paying attention to what we are doing. I say this a lot. We got to quit talking to men and talking at them. Number one, they're not fucking listening. Let's just be honest. You are not going to tell a man shit about a man. You're going to let him be a man. I know masculinity is missing in men. Absolutely, Jordy. I agree. Absolutely, 100%. But absolutely. And feminine energy is missing in women. Femininity is we have just discombobulated and fucked it all up. We have just absolutely we fucked it up, all of us. We've all been co-creating this. And now it's time that we co-create something different because we can't not keep doing this. So what we need to do is stop talking to men. And I'm going to be honest with y'all. I was not kidding when I said I have had a lot of coming to Jesus moments over the last probably few months, to be honest with you, where I had to really sit down and be like, damn. Jay will tell you, Me and him, I don't remember exactly what happened, but he told me something. He said, if he didn't even say if I were you, he said, Kim, you need to ABC. And I was like, bow up and shit, right? And I didn't do it. It was on my Podbean. I think he told me not to address somebody, and I addressed them. It took a minute, and I didn't for a minute, but then I addressed them, and I hit Jay up afterwards, and I said, you know what? You told me as a man. Doesn't matter that he's not my man. That doesn't matter. He's a man. He's masculine. He walks in his energy. He talks in his energy. He moves in his energy. If Jay tell you something, that's what the fuck he mean. If Jay say he gonna do something, that's what the fuck he gonna do. Right? Jay is a leader. He knows how to lead. Jay knows how to have emotion. Doesn't make him any less or more. It makes him better. You feel what I'm saying? Y'all got me hyping here. I'm sweating and everything. So let me take a deep breath, okay? Because, baby, listen. We as women are the only one who can change the reality of our existence. We are the only ones who can change. Stop talking at these men and start talking to your damn self. Everything you keep asking a man to be, turn it on you and make sure that you are that as well. Not only make sure that you are that, make sure that you have, if not mastered it, at least be on the fucking journey to the masters. Okay? I have not mastered peace. I have learned that over the last few weeks. I have not mastered it. But I have done a really fucking great job of being more peaceful. Every opportunity I get where I can be in peace, I do. Where I can give someone, I'm much better actually being in peace with a man. I can give him, and I think that's part of the balance for me. I can give him a more, peaceful space. And I'm sure Jordy, as my son, and I have no problem him speaking on it or being honest, I was a belligerent, loud, bully ass mama when he was growing up. I am not the woman I was, and I am not the mama that I was. If I'm wrong, I digress. But I was every broken thing that I am talking to y'all about. I was. I'm not saying this shit because I'm all high and mighty and no, because I was already that broken ass chick. I was already that abusive ass chick. I was already that masculine ass chick. I was already all of those things. And crawled my way out of a fucking dirt hole. There is no such thing as toxic masculinity, Jordy. I agree. That's what I was talking about. It's in women. If it's toxic masculinity, it's in women. We carry the toxic masculinity. That's what I was talking about earlier. And I'm here because I need my daughter to see me to heal. I need her to see that she can move out of the trauma and the pain, and that she can move into a peaceful place where she's taken all the knowledge that she's having, and now she's this wise woman, and she can move in that energy long before me. Right. And then my sons can see, and then they can understand as they move, that they can see a wise, healed woman, and they can understand the difference when they start choosing women for their forever people. And they can be like, you know what? It ain't about she's like my mama. That's a bad narrative. But what he can say, hopefully one day, is that he would prefer a woman with wisdom because he's seen a woman with wisdom, right? That he'd prefer a peaceful woman because he's seen a peaceful woman. Don't choose because they're like somebody else or like somebody or your mama or your daddy. Choose the energy that you cherished in those people. Choose that energy moving forward. Choose. I remember my ex's mother was very harsh. She grew up in Bible Belt, South Carolina. She was very harsh and she was very stern and she was very masculine. And she said shit I didn't always like. And she treated me in ways that I didn't always appreciate. But she was sweet. She was really, really a sweet lady. I know that sounds crazy, but she was really a sweet lady. And I used to always say, I would really just like to be sweet. I really want to be a sweet lady. I want to be a sweet woman. I want to be sweet. That would be great. But in my mind, I thought to myself, I'm never gonna be sweet. I'm not sweet. There's nothing sweet about me. I'm not, you know what I mean? And the more I heal my spirit and my soul and my person and my being, and a lot of people now are like, you're so sweet. And I'm like, I'm sweet. And then I started realizing how often they were saying it. You know what I mean? And so now it's, I choose to be sweet. I want to be sweet to people. I want to be kind to them. Fucking people are mean as shit in this world nowadays. People have mistreated me. They've mistreated my seeds. I don't want to be that person. I don't. I want to be something. I don't want to be something. I just want to be love. Not, I want to be love. I want to become love. That's what I want. I want anybody that comes within fucking 6 feet of me to walk away and be like, she was so sweet. She was so kind. I felt good for 10 seconds being in her presence. Not because I'm so, but because I healed and because I made an effort and because I wanted them. I want you to feel, if you're around me, I want you to feel fucking good. I want you to feel wanted and needed. I want you to feel valuable and important, especially men. Fuck. If we don't start loving on them, who is going to? How are they supposed to heal if we can't nurture them and love on them? How are they supposed to heal if we can't tell them that we fucking need them? Because you don't tell nobody you need them. Fuck that. Everybody knows exactly what I'm going to say. Look into my eyes. To every Black man out there, we need you desperately right now. Not only do we need you whole and we need you healed. We need you. We need you. We need you. I need you. My sons need you. My daughter needs you. Other people's daughters need you. Other people's sons need you. Your community needs you. We as women have got to start nurturing our men and taking care of them, or they are not going to be able to heal either. I told this story today. I'm going to say it again before I tell this story, and I'm going to write it down so I don't forget. I've told it before, but this is how I'm going to end the show because I think I've been on for like an hour and a half, almost 2 hours. So, but subscribe, like, and share the shit out of the show, please. For everybody who showed up, I'm so grateful because time and our moments are just so incredibly precious and they're so important. And for you guys to take the time out to come listen to me just talk about literally my life and my experience and my own personal truth that doesn't necessarily even belong to any of you, and not even know, like what I say or do like what I say or whatever. If you walk away in dialogue with someone else about it, that's all that matters to me. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate you so much for Gilly coming on, my son, Fathead. I fucking love him. I mean, I really do. So here's my story so that y'all understand why I have these conversations about this shit about loving too much. Nonsense. It's nonsense. You can't love somebody too much. Please don't hold back your love because you think it's going to be too much. Be exactly who the fuck you are. Every minute of every day, under every circumstances, and choose the best parts of you to show up. I went to therapy. I was in trauma therapy for, I think, 2 years, very close to 2 years, 2 years specifically in trauma therapy. And I told this story today to somebody. And I walked into therapy one day, and I'm just being honest, I fucking had it. Healing is the most challenging thing that I have ever done. It is whew, it is, some days it kicks my ass. It kicks my ass to heal. But baby, it's so worth it when I get these moments of peace, when I can finally sleep through the night, and I have never slept through the night. Shit like that. Of course, I have nights that I don't sleep and my dreams are crazy, but to be in a position to be able to sleep, shit like that. So I'm in therapy 2 years, right? And I say a year in, maybe I just walk in and I was like, look, fuck, I'm sick of this shit. I'm sick of coming in here. I'm sick of talking to you. I don't want to tell you anything. I don't want to do anything. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do it. I don't want to fucking do it. Right? I don't want to fucking do it. I don't want to do any of it. And she was like, okay, but here you are. And I said, because I don't know what else to do. Like I'm so discombobulated, and I'm so broken. I was so fucking, y'all, I was so fucking broken. So fucking broken. And I said, I just don't know what to do. And she said, well, I'll tell you something. Statistically, and she was a great counselor. She was a great therapist. I've loved her tremendously. She was really good. And she said, statistically, children of healed mothers, children who watch and witness their mother healing from trauma, are more likely to heal themselves than children who didn't, whose mother never healed. I didn't say these words, but I'm going to tell you like my seeds tell me. Say less. That's what I thought in my head. Say fucking less. Because what I'm not going to be responsible for anymore, intentionally or unintentionally, is I'm never, ever going to be responsible for hurting the fuck out of my seeds again, for giving them any trauma and or pain that they have to find a way to heal from. I refuse to be a part of that any longer in their lives. I am absolutely 100% showing up as healed as I can in every moment that I can, so that they can witness it and that they can honor their mother for the first time. That they can stand up and say, you know, she's my mama. And they do. Don't get me wrong. I love my seeds, and I know that they love me. Don't get me wrong. But I really, truly am striving to heal so that I can be that peaceful, that old, peaceful, wise woman with the gray hair on the porch with all her great grandbabies and, you know, the love of her life with her. That's all I want. Generational wealth for them, mental, spiritual, emotional, physical, generational wealth. That's what I am choosing. And it is not easy, but I'm going to keep fucking choosing it every fucking day of my life until I take the last breath. Just like I'm going to fight for my seeds and their liberation, I'm going to choose to heal as much as I possibly can. I am truly going to fall in love with Kimberly Michael. If it takes me the rest of my life, that's what I'm going to do. So thank you again for showing up. Share the show, subscribe, like, comment. I mean, we've already commented. I appreciate y'all engaging with me. I really do appreciate the love. And if I could hug each one of you, I would. But just know that I'm sending like the most healing, whole, loving energy I could send to each one of you. Every Tuesday here on YouTube, 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern. And I'm on Podbean on Sunday nights at 9 Central, 10 p.m. Eastern. Both shows are In Love with Kimberly Michael. And again, huge shout out to Gilly for coming on, my son for showing up, for everybody in the comments, and for Jim Savage, my producer. Mad love to you. I love you, and I appreciate fucking everything you do for me. And for I know that it's a package benefit, and I understand that, but still, you ain't got to do shit, and you do, and I appreciate you. I'm grateful for you. And it's savagecom.entertainment. I know y'all are here, but I'm just telling you anyway. Come back and see the show. Come back and see the show next week. And one last thing to all of my Black men. You are worthy. You are valuable. You are fucking important. And we need you. And there are women who love you, honor you, adore you, respect you, and worship you. We are here. And us women that are in that spot are going to do everything that we can to help us heal. So until next time, y'all.